We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special announcement. Hi there, this is Diamira Rose D'Agostino, and I am sharing this mini episode announcement to let you all know that the Elemental Whispers Essence Store apothecary that you can currently access via my website, diamirarose.com, is going to be closing at the end of June. So I want to take this short announcement episode to share with you a little bit about this closing. So first and foremost, if you are just interested in the logistical aspects, I'm going to start with that. And I want to start with saying June 30th, which is a Friday, will be the last day that the Essence Store will be open and available for you to place your orders. Now, depending on what inventory is left, once it's gone, it's gone. So I won't be refilling or restocking inventory in this period over the next couple of weeks. The essences that you will see available are the flowers and trees that have mostly been collected here at New Avalon. There are some exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, all of those essences have been collected within a 20-mile radius. So definitely within the energetic of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And you will also notice, if you're really familiar with my essences, that the fairy kings and queens and the dragons and the sacred spaces and magical places are no longer available. So that is the logistics. And as I'm getting ready to share further, a deer is walking right across my line of vision, probably 25 feet away. I'm in my office, the windows are open, and I am staring straight ahead, and it just crossed my path from left to right. So I feel that this is a very beautiful and potent blessing for what I'm going to share, and this new phase that I am entering into and that which is completing. So why am I closing this store? First and foremost, you will have noticed, if you've been listening to my podcast and on my email list for a while, that I talk about death a lot in the spiritual sense of the dying to one's old self, the death of identities, the death of dreams and journeys, because in a culture where we are pretty obsessed with growing and going and moving forward, and the deer just ran back across, and just productivity, it's often looked down upon to stop, to pause, and to complete something, to stop something. Everybody wants to know, well, what went wrong? What was the problem? We end a relationship. What was wrong with that person? What was wrong in their relationship? And I am really inviting myself into a new perspective. And I'm still deprogramming from the Matrix and the societal conditioning of forward, grow, go. But for me, what I see is, in that which is completing, I often find that I will get the signs and signals early on where there's a feeling in my body, there is a knowing in my soul, in my being, that, okay, something is changing, something is shifting, and I may even know, okay, this is completing. And yes, sometimes I am in resistance. Sometimes I do need to sit longer and listen to really make sure that I am hearing the cues from spirit, the feedback. And without going into too much detail, I can just say that as I have witnessed my own self over these last few months, as well as the mirroring in the outer world, I have gotten these signs and cues from my soul and from the universe that this journey with sharing the essences as a product line is complete. So I want to pause there in terms of my sharing what I've learned from this. And I want to add that I am not completing my personal journey with the essences at all. The essences are a huge part of my developmental journey, of my healing, of my growth, of my supporting me with my continued remembrance, my continued integration of whatever it is that I'm journeying, and they will remain an ally for me for probably the rest of my life. They are also going to continue being a huge part of my work with one-on-one individual clients. They will also continue being a huge part of my work with land and with ceremony. I have to say that probably 75% of my work is actually not with humans. It's actually with the land, with the spirit world. And that's just how I have been called into service in this life. And it feels really good with who I am. And so I will continue to work with essences within my ceremonial and spirit work, with my work with the land, with my work here at New Avalon. I will also be sharing the essences within the context of group container experiences. The essences are going to be shared within the sanctity of container. And in this way, you will be able to be held and go very deeply and truly receive the initiation and transmission that comes from these essences when worked with in a very held and mindful. So that is how those essences will be showing up in the world. I think the last couple of things I want to say before I close and complete with this announcement is that for me, death seems to manifest in these stages. And I already alluded to this, but I have mentioned these dying phases that I've been undergoing over the last few years. And yes, it was the death of my mystery school and I want to say the pilgrimages that I was leading in the world, which were actually each and every one of those pilgrimages that I would take people on every year were actually connected one to the other. So it was truly a light work project that extended over a period of 3 to 4 years. And when that part of me completed, I rose in this new way, deeply sharing about the essences. So this was like a birth within a period of death, which is a very interesting nuance. And I feel that this journey with the essences, with having an essence line and a product line, has created a bridge for me from one place to another, from one mode of consciousness to another. And I am forever grateful and honored for each moment of this past journey, this journey with being able to share these medicines with you, with being able to have the great honor and privilege to have collected these sacred spirit songs, preserved them. I am so filled with love and awe and wonder and gratitude at the magic and enchantment and the bridges, the pathways of light that these energies have created both within me, within the land, within my work, and within many of you. So with that, I am going to conclude this bittersweet announcement and ending Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of this journey. And I look forward to sharing the magic as it arises on this ever-evolving journey of life on Earth. I will be returning for our regular podcast show and new episodes in a week or two. Until then, sending you so many blessings of sacred enchantment.